Game Beard.
Hi friends, it's me, Dave, and I thought it would be fun to make a video talking about the dooms of Kickstarter. So let's talk about Kickstarter. Obviously Kickstarter has a lot of good, but is it the end of Kickstarter? And a lot of people talk about this, and I just figured it would be a fun, simple video to make, but also it could be fun because I could talk about all the cool stuff that I'm currently backing and waiting for and hoping for, right? Well, let's look in the history of my Kickstarter. So I haven't done too many, and I'm pretty wary of Kickstarter. Like, man, it's a bummer. And I really only do Kickstarter if I feel like I have to. Like, some games are pretty much only available on Kickstarter. So I don't know, let's look at them. First, let's see, like way back in the day, I supported Super Dungeon Explorer, Forgotten King, and that was a great positive one. Here, should I give it a happy face? Happy. Does it even matter anymore? Because it's like long gone. Happy face. Loved Super Dungeon. That was good. I mean, that was a great Kickstarter. Cool little bonuses. Great one. Okay. Next, Rising Sun. Awesome. Loved Rising Sun. So that's a happy face. That's a good old CMON pledge back in the day. Loved it. Love that game. I've only played it maybe like 4 times, but great experiences with it. And my kids and my friends, they're like, we got to play Rising Sun again. So I definitely will play Rising Sun again. Loved it. It was a great game. Love it. Conan. Love Conan. Here, I'll just give that. I think I had a good experience with that one. So that was good times. Okay, so now we're getting into, here it is. Cthulhu Wars, the Demon Sultan. So, oh boy. Wow. Oh boy, was this one a train wreck, right? And luckily, this got fulfilled. So this is, if you don't know about Cthulhu Wars, Sandy Peterson. Cthulhu Wars is like an awesome game. I love Cthulhu Wars. I love Cthulhu Wars. But this Kickstarter was, it devolved into absolute terribleness. And it really ruined any opportunities for Sandy Peterson to make, or Peterson Games, to do any Kickstarters in the future. I'm sorry, Sandy, I think you're a cool person, but your company's name is mud. Like, no one should back you ever again. Luckily for Sandy Peterson and his company, I think they've made some kind of secret deal with, and the rumor is Catalyst Games. So Catalyst Games kind of bailed, supposedly. I don't know for sure. I think it is. Everyone can correct me when I'm wrong, if I'm wrong, in the comments. But the rumor, or what I believe is that it's Catalyst. And at first I was kind of like, wait, what? Like, Catalyst using all their great success with BattleTech to like bail out Sandy Peterson? But then I thought, well, I've obviously supported Catalyst, and I like Catalyst. And I guess it's kind of a good thing that they used their money to kind of bail out Peterson Games, or whatever, to help them out. Because I did get my Cthulhu Wars Demon Sultan pledge, and very happy with it. So I'm kind of glad, that it worked out for Cthulhu Wars, to put it in a positive way. I'm glad it worked out. I'm very happy with my pledge that I got. I got everything, and it worked out, and I still like the game. Even though it was like terrible, like the Kickstarter, I was able to like put that away and enjoy the game. And so yeah, I really like the game, and I actually am glad that if it is Catalyst or somebody is going to like whatever manufacture and distribute their game, and then Sandy Petersen is just going to design the games. I guess that's pretty good because no one in their right mind would support another Kickstarter from Petersen Games. And if you do, I'm sorry. If they ever did and have another Kickstarter and you backed them, then I apologize. I'm so sorry for you in advance because no way. That's kind of sad. But anyways, great games. And I'm kind of glad. At first I was kind of grumpy. I'm like, wait, they're taking our money and from BattleTech, the success of BattleTech. Actually, yeah, I mean, I like both games and I'm glad they got picked up. One thing, I really wanted their space game, Petersen Games. I forget, is it Hyperspace? And I was like, I remember, it was like, oh, I so want that game. Like, I don't know if it's Hyperspace, but anyways, it's an unfulfilled game, right? And it's like, probably like, I don't know how many years, 4 or 5 years, that they have not, because it was like, I want to say it was 3 or 4 years for the Demon Sultan to finally come to fruition. But like, I think it was Hyperspace. And I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I totally want to get this. This game looks awesome. And of course it never happened. But it seems like maybe with whoever is picking up Petersen, they'll probably get some money and they'll probably make that game and get it out to backers. And I'm really glad that's going to happen because that game looks great. And I like Petersen. I like all those game ideas. I want them. If those games are at retail, Sandy, if you're out there, yes, I will probably get your games when they're at retail. Like I'll probably just, I'll pick them up. It's just unfortunate that all those things happen. Like I'm really, like he's the one that, like if it wasn't for him, there would be no real Cthulhu stuff. And I love Cthulhu, so what can I say? And so anyways, I wish them the best and but yeah, what a train wreck that was. I wish them the best and I do look forward to picking up their games at retail, and I do look forward to all the backers that are waiting like forever to get their games. I think it's Hyperspace, and there's more too. There's other games, but I hope they get their games, and I hope they get out to retail. And I think Catalyst, it's probably a good move on Catalyst because the other games Catalyst makes, their board games, I don't know. Maybe they're good. I'm not super interested in them. Like they're kind of board games. It's like, I don't want those. Those look dumb. But Petersen Games, yes. So I guess that was a smart move, in my opinion. Okay, enough of them. Enough of I did receive my Demon Sultan, and it's a blast to play. So in the future, when Cthulhu Wars comes to retail, I highly recommend it. It's a great fun game. I recommend getting everything for it. I don't have everything. I have a lot, and I love it. And when they come out with stuff at retail that I need, I'm gonna get it. Okay, so enough of them. So that they were iffy. They were the first nail in the coffin of me being like, no way, I'm not doing Kickstarters anymore. So Cthulhu Wars. Okay, BattleTech. I had a good experience with BattleTech. Well, we'll talk about that. But so the clan invasion. So yeah, clan invasion. Should I look at this instead of just looking at the list? Here, sorry, wow. That wasn't very wise of me. So yeah, whoops. Yeah, we could have been looking at I could have been scrolling through all these graphics instead of just talking. Great. Are you still here? You still watching? Anyways, BattleTech Clan Invasion. Yeah, this was a great one. So let's look at the campaign while I talk about it. This was great. Loved it. Yeah, we had to wait a long time. But by this time, I was accustomed to waiting a long time for Kickstarters. Like, I don't even, if I remember correctly, it was a long time, but it wasn't that bad. Considering they added so many different, boy, is there a better way to scroll? Considering they added so many, let's see, do they even have pictures of their stuff in here? Considering they added so many mechs and extra add-ons, they added so many things. I don't know, I felt it came out okay. The shipping wasn't terrible on this one. So it was great. Really, really liked it. And this was the first time where they were really getting back into plastic. It was real special. I don't know, do I need to scroll through all this? I'm just going to skip to it. So this was a great one. Let's see, what was their final? 2.5 million, but they probably had like, I forget, you know, some other YouTuber will tell you like, oh, it ended up being like 6 million with all the back end. Yeah, because like people, like I pledged a certain amount and then I added a bunch in the like whatever when they opened the pledge manager. Yeah, it was great. It was good. I spent a lot of money on this and I was very happy with it. So great. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back to my other, what else do we have? Let's talk about, the next one is Cthulhu Death May Die. So, Fear the Unknown. So this is one of my favorite games. And it's hard to, you know, it's hard to say, hey, what's your favorite game? Well, I have a few favorite games. And it's hard just to say this is my most favorite game. So this is like one of my favorite games, Cthulhu Death May Die, right? This one's so much fun. And so I remember before this happened, I was like, man, I wish, because it seemed like Simon, like they'll do it and then it's kind of over with. Like that's all there's going to be. And like with zombies, like only Zombicide is like the one where they make way extra, and they make, because that's their cash cow, I guess, and they make tons of extra expansions for that, and that's great, but like I just figured Cthulhu Death May Die, yeah, that's it. And I was thinking to myself, man, it would be so great if they just did like a season 3, and you know, season 3. Sure enough, like, I don't know, a month later after everyone was thinking that, but after I was thinking about that, sure enough, here it comes. So happy, let's see, that they did this. So this is the best game in the universe. And I love it. I so look forward to getting all this stuff. I got my paint table ready. Like there's a few, like I think Battletech, the new Battletech's gonna hit before Cthulhu Death May Die. But I have a few of these Kickstarters happening soon, and I'm really happy. So this game is the best. And at first, you know, it was funny because everyone was complaining about all these figures, like all of these investigators, like they have too many investigators. And it's a lot, like, oh my gosh, there's so many, and they kind of get samey after a while. But after thinking about it, I'm kind of glad. I mean, I'm cool with, I think everyone wanted more monsters. Are these all there's so many characters, because you get a bunch in the game. But I'm glad that there's all of these just kind of human character miniatures, because now all of us can use them for role-playing games. Like you can use them for the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. You can use them, I kind of want to make up my own skirmish rules using all of these figures. And I'm sure there's lots of people out there in the same boat, right? They're like, oh, well, like this guy, oh my gosh, this guy, Martin, he's just a guy. You know, he's just kind of a guy. But what a cool figure for a role-playing game or like your own skirmish game. So it's kind of nice to have regular figures. I mean, she has a gun. This guy seems pretty, was he like a mafia guy, Antonio? But he looks pretty typical. She's cool. She's pretty typical too. I think she might have a pistol, but it's hard to tell. The picture is small. But yeah, these figures are going to be great for role-playing games and stuff like that. And anyways, but this is, I can't wait for this. And and at first I was like, I didn't want to buy the pets. I'm like, oh my gosh, the pets, how dumb. I think the pets were an exclusive. Let's see if I can find them. Yeah, they're the pets. Animal allies. Animal allies. It's like, that's dumb. Like, oh my gosh, I'm too old for this stuff. Like, this is for like a kid. But then I gave in. They had like their all. I got to get everything. So I got everything. And then I was thinking to myself, yeah, they're fine. Like, it's cool. You know, I just want to get it all because I really enjoy this game. And so I was pretty, I really like the monkey that's missing his hand. That's kind of, so that's kind of cool. They have that like in the game. Anyways, it's all good. The only thing I didn't buy is the Rilo Rising. And because it's expensive. I mean, I'm not made of money. And I already bought a lot of the other stuff as it is. So I didn't get this, and I was kicking myself because I'm a big time painter and I have some big models. So I ended up getting Ryla Rising from a secondary, whatever, business. And hopefully I paid a little more, but I paid more. But I just figured, I want to get it. And I did get it. So hopefully I will get the Giant Cthulhu and I'll make some paint videos on that and it'll be interesting. Hopefully I'll receive it. I didn't pay that much more. I paid more, but I'm kind of glad that business bought extras to accommodate people like me that should have bought it in the first place. Oh well. Now, as far as shipping goes, I remember people complaining like, what? Like, I think I paid $60 or $70 shipping, but I kind of got everything. And people were mad. Like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, and I think Simon, what was it? It was like the Marvel Zombies or something, and it was like $60 or something. Maybe it was $70. I don't know. And people were like freaking out, and it's a lot of money for shipping. And so I paid $70 for shipping for this, and I was like, man, that's kind of a lot, but oh well. Like, I think I was prepared. I was prepared for high shipping because of everyone's complaints about previous stuff. But why did I do this Kickstarter? Because this is like one of my favorite games, and I can't wait. I'm so glad all that money I paid, it's in the past now. Hopefully by Christmas, because it'll probably be by Christmas, I will get this game and it's going to be a blast. I'm going to paint it. It's like one of my favorite games. So it looks like they did everything correctly. Oh, and then of course I didn't do the Kickstarter for the first time on this around. I bought it at retail and I was so bummed that I didn't get I forget, it's like the Kickstarter exclusive box from the first campaign, but they offered it on this campaign, so I was able to kind of get all of that's why my shipping was like $70, because I got all that other stuff from the first campaign, so I got a lot of extra stuff in here. But man, I'm so glad they offered that original stretch goal box. There's like one figure I didn't get, but oh well. I mean, I got all the other stuff, so I was pretty happy. Very happy that they offered the old stuff. Very happy that, even though I didn't get it at the time, I'm happy they offered the Giant Cthulhu again. This was a really smart, good Kickstarter. Yeah, I had to pay kind of a lot for shipping, but overall pretty happy, and I'll be even more happy when I get it, right? When I get this thing. Okay, so that's Cthulhu Death May Die. Great times. Okay, what's next? Next, Battletech Mercenaries. Of course I have to get Battletech Mercenaries. I love Battletech, right? But this one I was like, I was happy with it, but I could tell that things were not the same. This one wasn't as good as Clan Invasion. So, but in defense of Catalyst, I don't think they lost their shirt, but they're probably like the prices just need to be more expensive. Like for instance, in the Clan Invasion, I got these like awesome t-shirts. Like, it was rad. This time they're like, we can't do the t-shirts. And they're expensive. They're like, well, whatever. They're not expensive, but they're like $30. You have to buy them separately. So whatever, I get it. But then they were kind of cheap on the little swag. Like Catalyst, you were cheap on the swag. So I was kind of grumpy about that on this one. Like, it was expensive. Like, I don't know if it was like $10 a patch. It was expensive. Basically, let's backtrack. On the Clan Invasion, I didn't think much of it. Like, oh yeah, like I think I got Wolf's Dragoons and I got Jade Falcon. Like, I got some patches, I got the little pins, and I didn't think much of them when I was doing the campaign, but when I got them, when I saw them, like, these are awesome, these are so cool. So that was cool. I was stoked on those extra swag things. So when this one comes around, I'm like, oh cool. And like, it was dumb. Like, I forgot what I got, but like, you get all these extra challenge coins. Like, nobody wants those dumb challenge coins. Or at least, like, it was like you get one patch. And like, I was buying like, that's like at the $300 level. You get like one patch. It wasn't even like a patch and a lapel pin. It was like, you get a patch or the lapel pin, but you get all these great, stupid challenge coins. It's like, oh man. So already it wasn't that great. And the prices were a little expensive, but in the end, I got a ton of stuff. Like, and because I think I was thinking, like, who am I kidding? I don't want to wait. Like, it's going to be a lot longer for a lot of that stuff to hit retail. And yeah, I might be able to get a little, like, it might be a little cheaper. It might be the same. I don't know. Because, like, it seemed like you kind of get a deal. I don't know. But I got it because I didn't want to wait. And I was like, whatever, you know, it is what it is. And of course they're like, you'll pay the actual shipping later. And it's like, okay, like, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure the shipping will be fine. Like, that's what I was thinking. And I'm sure that's what, like, a lot of people were thinking, because the Clan Invasion, the shipping wasn't terrible. Like, it was, I mean, it was, I don't remember the Clan Invasion shipping being terrible. So we're like, okay. But it was a little kind of like, I'm taking a risk here when they say you're going to pay actual shipping, but they're going to try their best because they're Catalyst, right? And I'm sure, hopefully they tried. I don't know. I try to, oh, see, look, I only have a, see, I don't have a happy face here. You can see it. Like, it's in the middle. Yeah, it's not happy. But anyways, like they care. Well, so I bought all the stuff, and I bought a lot. So more than a grown man should spend on little plastic models. But I got them all. And I got some patches. Not a lot, because they're expensive. They're like, I want to say they're expensive. Like, if they were like heck, even if they're like $6, and I'm sure Catalyst is probably like, dude, Dave, we just can't make them that cheap. Okay, I get it. Like, you have to make them $10. All right. But it definitely wasn't as much fun. It was kind of a bummer. I was like, man, but I did get a couple patches that I really wanted, so I'm kind of stoked. Got a couple pins. So, okay, but if they were cheaper, I would have bought like a bunch, like, because they were neat. So, but anyways, it comes around to the shipping, and the shipping is outrageous. I'm sorry, Catalyst, but the shipping, it's outrageous. Like, I was thinking like, well, it'll probably be like $70, right? Because that's how much CMON was, and CMON's expensive. So I was like, man, it'll probably be $70. It was much more than $70. It was like outrageous, because now, I'll give Catalyst the benefit of a doubt. Maybe they didn't have a choice. Maybe it was, I think it's a backer kit. I don't know who it is. I don't care. Maybe it was that shipping party. I don't know. All I know is that it was really expensive for the shipping, and it kind of soured like the experience for a lot of people. Now, enough so where, like, and trust me, Catalyst, I love you. Like, you may not love me, but I love BattleTech. I love everything about BattleTech. Yeah. Even though you may not accept me, I accept you. So, and yes, I still read. I love everything. It's great. So anyways, if they did another Kickstarter, though, it'd be like, nah. Like, I really like, it would be kind of, it wouldn't be like, I hate you. It'd be like, man, I really want all that stuff from Catalyst. Like, man, I want to do that Kickstarter, but I'm just not going to do that Kickstarter. And I think they even mentioned, they're like, oh yeah, we're doing pretty good now. Like, we don't have to do Kickstarters anymore. Yeah, that's good for you. The funny thing about it, though, is even if they, because this one did gangbusters. Oh, I haven't been scrolling through all the stuff. Shoot, I'm just talking. I'm having too much fun talking. Here, let's look at it. I think they did like 8 million. Yeah, okay, so the 7.5 million. Okay, but they probably did like at least double that, like, in the backer. Because, like, I doubled my pledge, like, in the backer. Like, I bought all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so they probably made double that. They made, or more. I don't know. Some other YouTuber will tell you the exact number. I don't care. So they made a ton of money. So even if half of the people were like, nah, I don't want to do another Kickstarter with Catalyst because of the whole, shipping debacle. Like, it was just too much. It was just kind of like, I'll just buy it at retail. Even if they lost half, they would still have a hugely successful Kickstarter. And I would be sad because it would be like, oh, like Catalyst would be like, we're doing another Battletech Kickstarter. Like this would probably be in a couple years. And they'd be like, we're doing another Catalyst Kickstarter. And I'd be sad because it'd be like, man, I really want to get all that stuff, but I'm not going to do another Kickstarter. And I'm not like super mad. Like now I kind of don't care anymore. Like I paid all that money for shipping. They lowered it a little bit. Like after we'll fix it, they lowered the shipping a little bit, but it was still like, man, that's a lot of money. I guess I got to pay it. I paid it. I paid the shipping. And I'll let everyone else be mad. Everyone else, like, there's a lot of mad people out there. I'll let them be mad. But yeah, like, would I do another Catalyst Kickstarter? No. And I'm really sad because, I don't know, there's rumors that Battletech Aces is going to be a Kickstarter. And it's like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I just want to I really want Battletech Aces. Catalyst, you're not listening to me. Please don't do Aces as a Kickstarter. Just sell the game. Just please sell the game. Don't do it. Don't do any more Kickstarters. Don't do any more Kickstarters. They're going to do more Kickstarters. Like I said, if they lose half of their people, it's still going to be hugely successful. And that's the sad part about it is. So like, yeah, you won't get my money, but you'll get a bunch of people. And I'll just have to wait till retail to get Aces. I really want Aces. So I forget the name of the guy who did Aces. I played, oh gosh, what was it? He did the campaign series for the Dominion, Alliance, Star Trek Alliance. Loved Star Trek Alliance. Loved Star Trek Alliance. I played the little, the little demo for Battletech Aces from the Mercenaries Kickstarter. Like, loved it. Like, it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like it needed a little more work, but I loved it. Like, I'm like, yes, please. Like when that comes out, that's how I'm going to play Battletech. Like mostly, all the time. Like, I loved it. Like, it's great. So Catalyst, I know you're not listening to me. Give those guys, I forget their names. Anyways, give them all your money. Make Battletech Aces, but don't make it a Kickstarter. Just make the game. I can't wait to get my giant box of Battletech miniatures because there's going to be a lot of them. I'm going to paint them. I'll probably have some videos that you may or not want to watch. And you're like, Dave, why are you painting all those Battletech miniatures when you should be making your game Junk Runner Skirmish? Don't worry, I'm doing both. I have time in the summer. So, but anyways, I can't wait to be painting all those miniatures and playing the games, and I really can't wait for Battletech Aces. So please, Catalyst, make Battletech Aces, and I think I've talked enough about this. So anyways, this was kind of like a, like, I don't want to do Kickstarter because the shipping is unpredictable. So that's nail number 2 in the coffin for Kickstarters, shipping. What was the first one? The first one was just thanks Peterson Games, and then the second one was shipping is just a joke. Okay, what else am I doing though that's coming out? Oh, well, this one's Shadows of Brimstone. Love Shadows of Brimstone. So again, this is one of my like favorite games. Like, love it. And here, should I go through some of the? So I'm happy about this one. Where's the? Oh, here we go. The campaign. So this one's Shadows of Brimstone. This is it's a dungeon crawl. You know, if you don't know about this game, get this game. It started off in the West, and so it's a Wild West with Cthulhu monsters, and it's a dungeon crawl. It's great. It's like the best game ever. This is the best dungeon crawl game. So I don't know why this game isn't 10 times as huge. This game should be It's not. It should be. I mean, it's popular, but it should be like 10 times more. It's the most fun game I've ever played. So, anyways, this one's going to be like, you know, Indiana Jones, Egypt, and then they have like the Hell Train. The Hell Train is, again, back in the Old West, and there's horses and monsters, and it's going to be on the train. So yeah, and for some reason I think it's for money reasons. I didn't do the previous campaigns. I didn't know about the first campaign, like for the West, and I bought it at retail. I was like, this is my favorite game, and then I would buy it, and then for some reason I didn't do Forbidden Fortress. I think it's just because it was the money. And then the other one came around, Brimstone Adventures, so it's like the Conquistadors and Vikings. And I just figured, well, I'll just buy that at retail. And now I'm kicking myself because I want all those models. I got to wait forever. And so I did do this one. So I finally, and I went all in. And I think Brimstone or Flying Frogs, they've had a bumpy, like I kind of read through I kind of follow the Kickstarters, and it seems like they've had some bumpy shipping and delays and all that stuff. And I think that was another thing. I'm like, well, I'll just wait for retail. But this one I jumped in on, and then I don't know for sure, but I've heard that like they've had some Kickstarter exclusive in the past, but then sometimes they open them up for like in the backer, you know, whatever the late pledge or whatever. And so I'm hoping I can get some old stuff that I didn't get in the previous Kickstarter. So if they do that, they're going to get even more of my money. But anyways, I gave in to this one. You know, they haven't even fully fulfilled their Brimstone Adventures yet. I think, well, maybe by now they have. I don't know. But like at the time they offered this, they hadn't they had started they had fulfilled a lot of it, but I don't think they did like the second wave, or I don't know. Anyways, I love Shadows. This is my favorite game, so it's like I have to do it. I have to do it. So I did it, and I want to get all the extra stuff, and yeah. So I can't recommend this game enough. This is like the best game ever, and my friends, it's like our favorite game. It's like I said, there's like 5 or 10 games that are like our favorite games, and like me, I love BattleTech. So BattleTech is one of my favorite games, but my other friends are like, like it's okay. Like Dave really likes BattleTech. It's like, oh my gosh, you don't like BattleTech? They like it. It's okay. Like BattleTech for them is okay, but they all love Shadows of Brimstone and Cthulhu Death May Die. They love that, but BattleTech, they're like, yeah, it's okay. It's like, oh, what do you mean it's only okay? BattleTech is the best. So, but anyways, this is another one of the best. I love it. I love it. So if you didn't get it, they might go to Flying Frog Games. They might have a late backer pledge. So get it. Just get it. You have to pay more for the late backer pledge, but it's okay. Just get it. This game's the best. What can I say? Happy face. It's funny though, whenever Kickstarters, oh, here's the third nail in the coffin. So the first nail is like, are you even going to get it? Like, is the company going to go out of business? So that's nail number 1. Nail number 2, prohibitive shipping. And I'm not just picking on, well, my only experience is with BattleTech, but I'm sure other Kickstarters have extra big shipping costs. So shipping's number 2. And then number 3, I already forgot number 3. Oh, number 3 is the wait. Like you just have to wait forever. I laugh when like Cthulhu Death May Die, the new one, is like 1.5 years, and people are like, I can't believe it's late. I can't believe. It's like, what do you mean? It's only been like 1.5 years. Like, like I think when it comes out, it'll be 2 years. I'm like, that's pretty good. Like when it's 3 or 4 years, like Peterson Games, and that almost didn't come out. I want to say Peterson Games was like almost like, it was like 4 years or more. And like I dodged a bullet on that one. And thanks, if it's Catalyst, thank you. Is that why my shipping's so high? Is because you had to bail out, like was I secretly paying for a Peterson Games shipping with your outrageous shipping? Sorry, Catalyst, I'm just kidding. Can you take a joke? Hey, I'm the one who paid it. I paid the shipping. You're like, that's not funny, Dave. Yeah, but I paid it. Anyways, I dodged a bullet on that Peterson Games one, and I'm glad it came out. I had a good time playing it. It didn't ruin, like, even though it was a terrible experience, I had fun playing it. Likewise, if you have to wait like 3 years. Like, it's like two to 3 years for a Kickstarter. Just like, and Shouts of Brimstone, like, they say, oh yeah, it's coming out. Like, no, it's going to be 3 years or 4. It's going to be forever for this. But I just figure, I love Shouts of Brimstone. It's like, I'll just get it. Whatever, I just got it. The cool thing is my wife let me get it. I'm like, hey, like, I'm going to spend a lot of money. Is it okay? And she's like, yeah, you can get it. I was like, yeah. So anyways, that was the best part. Is it was because it wasn't cheap. She let me get it. So I was pretty stoked. Thank you, wife. Okay, finally, my last Kickstarter is Conan. Oh my gosh, Conan. Okay. So first, let me tell you about this. Okay, campaign. This is another one of my favorite games. It's a lot of fun. And I love it. And they've had like three campaigns. I didn't do the first one. I had to buy it because I didn't know at the time. But I did like all the, they've had like, I want to say they've had like 3. This is like the 3rd one, I think, after. So this is probably their 4th one. I don't know. If I'm wrong, who cares? But I've done them all and love this game. So I don't know if you can get this at retail or it's just get it. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun game. But the most fun about this game, they have new cooperative. So on the previous one, oh my gosh, I forgot what it's called. I have it because I backed it, although let's see if I can find it. Where was it? Do I really want to show you this? Let's see. It was, oh, Conan the Conqueror. This one was a blast. Is this it? This is it. Conan the Conqueror. This one was great. I think you can buy this on their web store. Conan the Conqueror. Like, I think Monolith has a web store. I think that's why they didn't put the Conan the Conqueror. I believe Conan the Conqueror wasn't offered in this current Kickstarter, but they offered like all the old previous stuff. They didn't offer this because you can just get out their store. Get it. It's great. I really enjoyed it. But what I really enjoyed was the co-op. Like, you can, because normally you have one person is the dungeon master. They're not called the dungeon master. They're called the something. And then the players. And I'm always the dungeon master. And it's like, all right, it's kind of like, it's not as much fun. I want to play with my friends. And so they have a new co-op mode where like you play against the game. Like, the game has its own artificial intelligence or whatever. It has its own system and it's fun. I have so much fun playing this co-op. And so it was a blast. So, should I show you the miniatures? Where are they? Anyways, this game's the best. Let's see, miniatures. Oh, these are going to be like 3D turnarounds. Well, here you can see some of them. This game was a blast. Forget it. Let's go to the new one. So it was great. I really enjoyed it. But the one thing funny about this one is I remember, like, the shipping was delayed. This is when all the shipping was going to heck, right? And I remember, like, their shipping was delayed. Because what happened was shipping had skyrocketed and they couldn't afford it. I don't think they admitted that, but they couldn't afford it. They were going to lose their shirts, and they might have. I don't know if they lost their shirts. I don't know if they broke even. Oh, look, I didn't. Here, what is this? Is this the latest one? Here, I'll be happy for now. For now, I'm happy. So they prolonged it, and then like they sent one update where they're like, well, we could ask for more money, and this is like way after we paid. And it wasn't cheap. The shipping wasn't cheap. I think the shipping was like at the time, it's nothing like the latest BattleTech one, mind you. But it was expensive. And it was like, okay, I'll pay it. And Like it might have only been $50, but that was like when $50 was a lot for shipping. Maybe it was like 55 or something. It was like, man, I don't want to pay that. But we paid it. And but then I remember, and then like a year later, they're like, like shipping's delayed. And we all knew that like, oh, it's because shipping, because of COVID and all that, like it's skyrocketed. They're going to lose their shirt. Like they can't ship it. Well, then they sent this email and it's like, oh, well, we're not going to, out of the goodness of our hearts, we're not going to charge you more shipping. I'm like, yeah, like we paid like a lot of money like a while back. Let's see if I can get some pictures on minis. And so it was kind of like, what is that? Like that was the first time I had experienced, like it only got worse with other Kickstarters from there. Like it only got worse. So it was like, man. And previously, my previous Kickstarter experiences with Monolith, they were great. Like they were very helpful, like they were really on it. But I think they really something happened with COVID and shipping and they got screwed over by, I don't know if it was China or whatever, there's all kinds of other factors, and I get it. And that happens, I get it. But again, it just goes to show that Kickstarter it's just not cool anymore. Like it's just, forget it. There's just so many weird uncertainties with shipping, and heck, we could be, hopefully not, but you never know. We could be at war or with China, or we could be like sanctioning them or something. I don't know, like where we just don't, I don't know. There's all kinds of weird things that could happen that could ruin these Kickstarter experiences in the future. So it's kind of like, man, I don't know. So anyways, it was kind of an iffy thing. Finally, though, I did get my Conan the Conqueror, and it was great. I love it. It's so great. I was like, oh, good. Like, this was great. And so when this one came around, it was kind of like, man, it was kind of iffy last time. It was kind of iffy, but at the end of the day, it was like, this is one of my favorite games. Like, there's really only a handful of games that I like. It's like this, Shadows of Brimstone, Battletech, and Cthulhu Death May Die. Now, there's some other games, like, there's other board games, like, but these, like, the four main miniature games. Notice how Warhammer's not in there. I still buy the whatever. Anyways, Warhammer's not in there, but these are, and I was like, I'm just going to get it, and I got it. And at first, I wasn't going to get everything. At first, I was just going to get the expansion. Like, I'm like, I don't want this versus mode. I'll probably never play that. And ended up, I just bought it all. Because it's just like, it was expensive. It was expensive to get everything. But at the end of the day, it really does, it's really a lot of fun. It really makes me happy. So I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I have to pay an extra $70 or whatever. Whatever, you know. Everything's expensive. Now for this, I think the shipping, I thought the shipping was going to be expensive because of the last time. And the shipping was like, I want to say maybe it was like $60 shipping. And I was like, oh, that's not so bad. Like, I think I was expecting 70 or something. And it was like a 60. And I was like, oh, okay. So hopefully this works out. Hopefully shipping doesn't like skyrocket. But that's a lot of money for shipping. So I don't know. Not as much as Catalyst. Grumpy about that. Okay. So boy, I talked way too long about Kickstarter. So you want to know, am I going to do Kickstarter again? No. I take that back. I'll probably do, if Shadows of Brimstone works out, because I'm like Shadows of Brimstone for life. Like, I'll do Shadows of Brimstone again. Oh my gosh, please don't do another Conan again. I don't want to do Conan again. I won't do Battletech again. So like, definitely do Shadows of Brimstone if it works out okay. Like, I'm already expecting I'll have to pay a lot in shipping, but hopefully it won't be as much as Catalyst. It might be, I don't know. That was like, you'll pay shipping on the end, like Catalyst, and it's like, ugh. So we'll find out. Hopefully Shadows of Brimstone will be okay. If that works out, I'll probably do them again. I don't want to do Conan again, but I might do it again. I would probably do Cthulhu Death May Die again. But so that's 3. And then there's one more, but I'm not going to do a new game. But one game that I would do is Dust. Dust 1947. So I don't know if they're planning on doing a Kickstarter, but Simon did like a comic pack for Dust. It was like a comic graphic novel, and it had some miniatures, and then it's like, oh, I love Dust. I love Dust. So I would be highly tempted to do Dust if they did Dust again. I didn't do the comic, though. The comic was a joke. The comic was, I mean, it was cool, but it was really expensive. Like, that was a shipping one where it's like it was expensive, because like if you buy one graphic novel, it was like really expensive. It was like $20 to ship it. It's like, nah, it's okay. But like if you bought all of the graphic novels, the shipping wasn't so bad, but I didn't want all the other graphic novels. So I didn't do that one. I wanted them, but the shipping, I just didn't do it. So I didn't do that. I wanted that. They had like a Cthulhu Death May Die one. I wanted that, but I didn't do it. I didn't do those. I wanted them. They had a Twilight Imperium one. I wanted that. Nope, didn't get it. So, but the concept, and then the creator, I'm going to, Parente, he works for Simon now, which is great. So like all the thoughts are, ooh, are they going to do a Dust? And I think the rumor was they're going to do maybe they'll do a Dust, kind of a dungeon crawl or something like Zombicide, but it's like, Dust. Do I want that game? I love Dust. Of course I want that game. Like a cooperative Dust? Oh yeah, I'm all over that. So sadly, I will probably get that. I don't want to, though. I don't want to do Kickstarters anymore. And so I just don't. Like, I just don't do them. But these few games that I love, so I'll definitely do probably Shadows. We'll see how Flying Frogs treats me on this Kickstarter. If they treat me okay, Flying Frog, you don't care about me either. Flying Frog, just treat me okay. Just treat me okay. If you treat me okay, I will do your next Kickstarter. Just don't treat me terribly. Okay? Then, Monolith. Oh, man, I really don't want to. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. But I love Conan. What can I say? I love Conan. And then finally, what's the third one? Cthulhu. I can't imagine them doing Cthulhu Death May Die did okay, but if they ever did another one, I love Cthulhu Death May Die. I love it. They've kind of done everything, so could they do any more? I don't know. So there's a couple things I would do on Kickstarter. So I guess maybe I'm not completely out of Kickstarter, but I don't look at Kickstarter for any other things. But man, wow, did you listen? Did you listen to this whole rant? Hopefully you were painting or doing, I was on the background and you were painting your miniatures. Or better yet, hopefully you were building your little Junk Runner Skirmish paper models. Like you were building I'll listen to Dave, while I build my models. But wow, thanks for listening for this. I talked way too long, but I kind of enjoyed it. Kickstarters, what do you think? Are you out? I'm kind of out, but I guess maybe I'm not out for my most. There's a few. There's like 3 of my favorite games that I probably will still back. Oh boy. So I guess I'm not 100% out, but yeah, I'm just so wary and suspicious of future Kickstarters. Like I said, shipping is unknown. It could be really expensive. It probably just will be expensive. You don't even know if they'll ship. Like there might be problems with China. Like they may not be able to make it, or there may be some kind of issue that they can't even make it. And then the length of time. It's just too long. It's just too long. Like 2-3 years. Anyways, so I'm out. One game you don't have to wait for a Kickstarter is Junk Runner Skirmish. My game. Yeah, my game's free. So you can just go to gamebeard.com and you download the core game. It's papercraft. You could have been building papercraft models while you were listening to me talk for this like an hour? I don't know, it's been way too long. You could have been building some models. But if the core game is free, if you want, I come out with new content like Ava's Broken Records paint scheme, and then Bottle Lightning, that's coming out. If you want those early, yeah, you got to join my Patreon. So Patreon, $5 to access those models models and content as they come out. If you don't want to do Patreon, that's fine. I get it. You can just wait. So like, it'll be out 4 months from now. So Ava's Broken Records is available right now for Patreon, and they look really good. I'll probably have a little picture of them right here. But if you just want to wait, you can wait 4 months. In 4 months, I'll just upload it to my website. You know, if you don't want to pay Patreon, that's fine. But yeah, I appreciate it. I have a couple Patreon supporters, and I'm stoked. So thank you for your support. Also, I have Discord. So you can just go to gamebeer.com. It has a little news page like, hey, here's how you go to Patreon, and here's Discord, and you just check it out. But you can download the rules. You can just read it. You can have fun. You can try to build some models. You need to have some crafting skills. But you don't have to paint them. You don't have to paint them. You just build them, and it's cool. And you can build as many as you like. It's fun. So anyways, check out my game, gamebeard.com. Thanks for watching. Let me know. I want to see in the comments, because I'm not going to get any comments. Like, what are you waiting on? Like, is Kickstarter dead to you? Is Kickstarter dead to you, but there's still a game or two that you would still support, like Cthulhu Death May Die? Like, what are your games like that? Is it the same? It should be. It should be, for you, it should be Cthulhu Death May Die, and Shaw's Brimstone. Those are the games you'd be like, well, I'll still back those. I'm just kidding. Those are my opinions, of course. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.